This selection is a retelling of some very famous Greek myths. It's actually the first three chapters of a book by Rosemary Sutcliffe called Black Ships Before Troy, the story of the Iliad. In that book, she retells, or describes in her own words, the events of the Trojan War. But Sutcliffe doesn't just start with the war. Instead, she begins by giving you the backstory, or the background information you need to understand what's happening. After all, a whole series of events led to the Trojan War. It's kind of like what happens when you watch a TV series that gives you a little backstory before starting each new episode, to catch you up on what's been happening. Sutcliffe is doing the same kind of thing here. Previously on the Trojan War, Eris, the goddess of discord, showed up uninvited at the wedding of Peleus and Thetis. Then things got crazy. In this selection, the backstory is covered in the Golden Apple, ship gathering, and part of quarrel with the High King. The writer packs a lot of information into these sections, but the basic story she tells is pretty simple. It all begins when Eris, the goddess of discord, starts a fight between three powerful Greek goddesses, Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, about who is the most beautiful. Paris, a Trojan prince, eventually resolves the fight by choosing Aphrodite. As a reward, Aphrodite promises Paris the most beautiful wife in the world, Helen, who just happens to already be married to a Greek king named Menelaus. When Helen runs away with Paris, King Menelaus gathers men and ships from throughout Greece, and they sail to Troy to bring Helen home, and to take vengeance against Paris. And that's basically it. But of course, the writer makes the backstory, and the rest of the story, a whole lot more interesting by providing details and vivid descriptions. To make sure you don't get lost in all those details, keep an eye on Paris. He shows up in line 45. He's the main character for more than half of the selection, so follow him carefully. That is until you get to Achilles in line 240. Follow him as Sutcliffe begins telling the story of the Iliad and the 10-year war that once raged around the famous walls of Troy.